You got your Bibles, we'll be in Isaiah chapter 55.
Isaiah 55.
Isaiah 55.
Isaiah 55.
Everybody get it? When you got it, say amen.
Amen.
Isaiah chapter 55. We're going to read the first two verses. 1 and 2. Everybody got it? I'll let you have time to find it. Got it? All right. It says, "Oh, that everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters. And ye that have no money, come ye buy and eat. Ye come and buy wine and milk without money and without price. Wherefore do you spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness." Let's stop right there. When Isaiah wrote this scripture, he said there that to everyone that thirsts, come to the waters. For some reason, I just don't believe he was talking about everybody that's got a dry mouth, go get you a drink of water. I just don't believe that's what he was talking about. He went on to say that he that hath no money, come ye and buy anyway, and eat, and come and drink the wine and the milk for the money without a price. In other words, what he was talking about, there was no price for it. It didn't matter how much money you had in your pocket.
Right.
Didn't matter how much money you had in the bank, or as nowadays, it don't matter how much plastic you got in your wallet. Because the water that he was talking about had nothing to do with anything in the natural. Then he went on to say that you spend your money on bread, and you labor for that which says not, but hearken diligently unto me, and eat that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness. In other words, it says you spend your money on earthly bread, you get wrapped up in earthly things. But if I had a subject this morning, it would be seeking the presence of God. See, if we've ever had a time in the church world that we need to seek His presence more strongly than we ever have, I believe it's now. Because I believe this thing's wrapping up. I believe it's coming to an end. I've heard that all my life, and I believe that God is getting ready to sound those trumpets and come back for His church. And He's coming back for a church that's ready. He's coming back for a church that's seeking. He's coming back for a church that wants something. And I don't know about you, but I believe it's time that we begin to seek God more than we see. It's Isaiah said there that we spend a lot of time seeking worldly things. We spend a lot of time seeking those things that don't satisfy us. But Jesus told the woman at the well, you can drink this water and you're going to be thirsty again, but if you'll drink the water which I got. See, if you'll begin to seek His presence, I don't know about, the more we get in His presence, the more satisfied we begin. See, a lot of times we walk around unsatisfied Christians. Why? Because we're not in His presence. See, there's nothing in this world that's going to satisfy me this morning. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in things in this world that we forget about what matters the most anyway. I don't know about you. See, we don't have to wait till Sunday morning to seek God's presence. The Bible says He's omnipresent. That means everywhere I go, God's there. So therefore, I ought to be in His presence when I'm on my job on Monday morning. I ought to be in His presence when I wake up on Tuesday. I ought to be in His presence when I lay my head down to go to sleep on Wednesday night. I ought to be in His presence continuously.
Amen.
See, the only way we're going to get the place God wants us to be is to seek Him.
Thank you.
You don't have to turn there, but you can get these scriptures later if you want to read them. I wrote them down. But in Psalms chapter 27, verse 4, David wrote, "One thing have I desired of the Lord, that I will seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire his temple. If you skip down in the same chapter, down to verse 8, it says, when thou sayest, seek ye my face, my heart said unto thee, thy face, Lord, will I seek.
Amen.
David had one request, which was to dwell in the presence of God. And I believe when he said to seek his face, he was talking about the manifested presence of God.
Yes, amen.
You say, well, preacher, what's the manifested presence of God? The manifested presence of God, I believe, is not only something you can feel, but I believe it's something you can see. And you say, well, nobody's seen God, but I don't know about you. When God moves in miraculous spiritual ways, if you don't see his movement, then there's something wrong with you to begin with. Because, see, the thing about it is if we're seeking God's presence, and see, it's possible to come to church every Sunday and never seek the presence of God. It's possible to come to church every Sunday and sit through a Holy Ghost-filled service and never feel a thing. It's possible. You say, preacher, how is that so? Well, see, the thing about it is just like this. I can come to church and sit on the front row, and somebody else can come to church every Sunday and sit in the back row, and we can never make eye contact and never talk to each other. Therefore, we've never seek anything out of each other.
Amen.
Same way with God. God can come in here every Sunday and God can show up in the way I said. He's omnipresent, so that tells me that every time I come here, he's here. But it's possible that I can come here and leave in the same condition I came, and the reason I leave in that condition is why? Because I didn't seek anything out of it.
Amen.
See, David was a man that was passionate about God. The Bible says he was so passionate in one scripture that he danced in the streets naked because he was excited about his God. The Bible says in one scripture that his wife looked down on him and said, David, come here, and said, you're embarrassing us. You're the king. And David said, woman, let me just tell you something. You've interrupted me serving my God. And when I get back down there, I believe David said, when I get back down there, you thought I looked crazy then. Look what I'm running. Wait till I get back. And we need to come to God's house with that same attitude. You just wait till I get in God's house because I know that he's there and I'm going to seek something out of him. See, sometimes we back off. See, God's been moving in miraculous ways, but sometimes, see, the word seek to me this morning means to seek until I reach. And to seek until I get. To seek until I receive what I've got. And I don't know about you, those last couple of Sundays, I didn't receive everything that I wanted out of God. I wanted so much more. So you know what? I got to seek until I get it.
Yes, Lord.
See, the only way we're going to receive the things that God's got for us is to seek those things.
Amen. Hallelujah.
See, we got to seek his presence.
Bless your name, Lord.
We got to long for his presence.
Hallelujah.
The Bible says those that hunger and thirst after righteousness shall be filled. So that tells me this morning that if I'm hungry and thirsty after him, what's going to happen? I'm going to be filled.
Come on, Lord. Bless your name.
See, I talked about this a little bit last Sunday. Sunday night we talked about how many is familiar with what back in the 1900s there was a street called Azusa Street.
Susie Revival. Come on.
See, the only reason that happened, let's give you a little insight as to what happened to those who weren't here last Sunday night. What happened, if you've never heard about the story, was there was a man, I can't remember his name, I had it wrote down, I don't have those notes this morning, so I can't remember his name right off the bat. My mind ain't. There was a man that believed that there was something more. There was a man that believed so strong inside of him that the same thing that he read about in the book of Acts could happen in those days. He began to assemble, the Bible says, that, not the Bible, I don't know why I said that, but the story says that the building he assembled in, his pulpit was built out of crates. Yeah, it was sawdust floor. Just an old building. Wasn't nothing spectacular, wasn't nothing pretty. But he believed with everything inside of him that the same movement that happened in the book of Acts could happen.
Come on, Lord.
And I'll tell you something else that was great about it, because see, sometimes we get in this format and it's got to be done this way. But see, he was one of the first preachers in that great movement that didn't care whether he was the one that done it or not. He just wanted to be part of it. In other words, if the word got delivered, if God's message got delivered, whether it be through man, woman, boy, or girl, he didn't care. He just said, I'm just going to step out of the way and let God do what God's got to do. So you know what I'm telling you this morning? We need to lose the format of things and say, see, that we got so wrapped up in this format. We need to seek the true presence of God and quit worrying about the format, because it don't matter about the format this morning. I may be pastor, but if I don't got it, I'm not going to deliver it. And if you do got it, and if we want to get in God's presence, then let's be obedient and deliver what God's got for us. We need to seek His presence. That's the most important thing. It don't matter about how many songs we sing or anything else.
Bless you.
The story says that people begin to flood.
Come on.
White, black, Hispanic.
Come on now.
See, they were segregated back then, so that was important. Whites still went to church with whites, blacks went to church with blacks, Hispanics went to church with Hispanics. They didn't mix and mingle.
That's right.
But he was a black man, the son of a slave.
Come on now.
Now he had whites, blacks,
Come on.
and they were all focused on what God could do. And there was a camp. People would ride by and there was a camp. But the power of God was settled down in that place so strong
Come on.
that there was a fog that would cover that whole building. You know what that was? That was the Shekinah glory.
Amen.
See, if we seek that prayer, the same power that came down in that place is the same power that can come down in this place. You said, preacher, months ago we used to talk about the Shekinah glory. You know what the sad thing about it is? We quit talking about it. That's the sad thing this morning. You know why? When we quit talking about it, that means we quit seeking it. And I don't know about you this morning, but I believe it's time that we get back focused what we need to be focused on. And that's beginning to seek the power and the presence of God, because see, that's what changes things.
Amen.
Thank you.
That's what changed the fact that those people were no longer segregated. That's what, see, it didn't have nothing to do with, they just decided to go to church together. No, it was the power of God that brought that unity together. So if the church world wants that unity back, then what's going to happen? We got to get the power of God. We got to seek that.
Yes,
We got to be passionate about it.
yeah.
We got to pursue it until we receive it. See, sometimes we don't pursue it till we receive it. Sometimes we have a tendency, like the old saying goes, when the going gets tough, we get going.